welcome you all to today's topic of class ninth, the fun they had. Here in the story, the main character is Tommy and Margie. The entire story is centered in and around Margie and Tommy. Now you can see an image here, schools of future. So it is written like learning through computers, virtual classrooms, moving e-text, and robotic teacher. Now, this is all about the author. Name Isaac Asimov was an American writer and professor of biochemistry at Boston University. He was known for his work of science fiction and popular science. Asimov was a prolific writer who wrote or edited more than 500 books and an estimated 90,000 letters and postcards. So Isaac was the Grand Master of the science fiction writers of America and the founder of Robot Ethics and one of the world's most prolific author of fiction. Now you can see the image of the writer. Now let us move to the story. The Fun They Had by Isaac Asimov is science fiction. It tells the story of two young children named Tommy and Margie who live in the year 2157, where children get an education through computers at their home. So one day they come through a printed book and learn something about the school that existed hundred of years ago. So it's a matter of great surprise for them because they are living in the age of moving e-text. So this Tommy and Margie, they are at the age of or the year 2157 where we can find or where we can see the robotic languages taught. So when they come across a book, they are trying to say something and let us see what it is. So it is the year 2157. Margie makes a diary entry which reveals that Tommy has come across a book printed on paper and the pages of the book has turned yellow and wrinkled, which proves that it existed centuries ago. So the book is peculiar in the sense that it had the same words on it that it had when they read it for the first time. So they are saying that the letters printed on the book is not moving at all. They were not moving like that on a computer and television screen. So they are comparing a normal book with a screen or printed book. So Tommy calls it waste because once the book is read, it is of no use and their television screen has had 1,000,000 books on it and one cannot throw it away. So Margie is of the same opinion, but she is curious to know what the book is all about. So Tommy tells us that it is about school. She hated school, but now she hated it more than ever because her mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography and she had been doing worse and worse. So her mother sends her for the country inspector or county inspector, who is round little man. So he takes the television teacher apart and sets it right within an hour, which only increases Margie's disappointment. So he tells her mother that it was not Margie's fault, but the geography sector of the mechanical teacher was geared a little too quick and he has slowed that to an average 10-year level. So he assures Margie and her mother that there will be no problem henceforth. So Margie is curious to know about the school that existed in the past, and Tommy tells us that it is not their kind of school, that it is the old kind of school that they had centuries ago, and the students had a human teacher who taught them and gave them homework and also asked them questions. So Margie argues that a man cannot be smart enough, and Tommy further tells us that the teachers didn't live in the house. They had a special building and all the kids went there. And the kids of the same age learned the same thing. And now it is Margie's school time. She goes into the schoolroom, which is right next to her bedroom, and the mechanical teacher is on and waiting for her. So she puts her homework in the slot with a sign. She's still thinking about the old school they had when her grandfather's grandfather was a little boy. So all the kids from the whole neighborhood came laughing and shouting in the schoolyard sitting together in the schoolroom, going home together at the end of the day, and those schools were far better than the schools of today because they offered great fun to the students. So this is all about the center of the central theme of this entire story is a comparison between the school in the past and the school in the future. So it's a comparison between the technology, between the books written and the technology which is used right now by Tommy and Margie. So I hope the lesson is clear to you, and thank you for watching my audio. For any queries, comments, feedback, do comment on my chat box. Thank you all.